El cartel y la corporación son una cara de la misma moneda. Cualquier cosa que sea para ganar dinero es lo mismo. Narcoterroristas, narcotraficantes, carteles, cooperaciones, todo es sobre el dinero. O sea, no importa lo que yo sea, pero tu pregunta es por el dinero.
I always have a really interesting relationship with time. When time happens, there's no control. Try to put a stop on it. Gravity. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down.
And I was involved in selling art.
Good news, we sold 2 of these dogs for $1 million each.
Looks like buying 2. He's into this kind of
Whatever you want to call it.
And I got involved with certain people that were dealing with arms, and they got exposed, and through people getting exposed, I met other people who stole from me, and I actually found myself through my hardships.
Well, you have to understand, I was really well off, but I had a partner who died, and he was in New York, and he'd been nabbed by a tip which I think came from the same person who approached me, even over.
So I was working with this network who laundered money after they sold arms.
I was involved with a supply from London, a Spanish lady of some note, who was seeing a man who Ivanova thought was responsible for the death of her parents. That was the connection. She had certain investors that she found money really easily, and she had money so that, yeah, I could buy art.
Para una mujer española en Londres no hay distracción suficiente para mantener una vida interesante. Sobre todo si el tiempo pasa tan rápido como hoy en día. Estoy aquí por un negocio. En cualquier momento puedo tener para mí ese tan ansiado. Me asfixio sin ellos. Así que en mi camino a una reunión me paré y miré todo el tiempo que pude. Mi contacto llega tarde. Hay algunas actrices que al instante te pueden saltar de dentro a fuera. Me gustaría ser uno de ellos. No soy una actriz, pero me gustaría tener la mentalidad de poder cambiar y volver a ella. Me desgarra el interior esta ambigüedad, pero mientras yo estoy sola, soy libre. Me toma mucho tiempo llegar a ser independiente. Tuve que tomar algunas decisiones difíciles. La pérdida de mi exmarido fue una de ellas. Estoy en el negocio del arte. No puedo decirte todo lo relacionado con mi cliente, pero él me necesita para comprar algo importante para él. No me pregunté por qué tiene que ser caro. Él me da dinero y yo se lo compro. Sigo esperando a mi cliente, pero él no aparece. Debería haberlo previsto. Es que a veces siento que me utilizan para hacer todo este trabajo. Es normal cuando tratas con este tipo de gente. Tienen dinero y lo quieren todo hecho. En China dicen que no hay leyes ni normas, solo dinero. Y te puedo decir que después de tratar con este tipo de gente, siento que es verdad. Y no solo en China. La conclusión de mi trabajo es que el arte es una gran manera de lavar el dinero.
£20 million. It's not exactly your average deposit, is it? No. Are you going to tell me what happened? It's my money. I think I have a right.
The one in Dublin, well, he's not as available as what we first thought. There was another interested party.
You mean someone got to him first? Well, what did they offer?
There was a honeypot.
God. What the hell kind of game are you running here, man?
I checked my sources and I'm pretty damn sure that's what they used. Damn Chinese. They're not as timid as what they used to be. Well, you wanted to know, didn't you? Now, if I tell you any more, that's not really going to do either of us a bit of good now, is it?
There's a term for this. It's common thievery. You're trying to fuck me and you're not going to get away with it. Jesus Christ. Let me tell you something. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. I'll see you in jail.
David, there's something I wanted you to know. I'm sorry I didn't tell you this sooner, but I couldn't take the risk. I was hired by a woman named Irina Ivanova to find out what you knew about the investor in London, and the shipment of arms, and some new tech they're following. She came to me for the same reasons you did. Sige, stralajning. What alla dåligt? There was a journalist killed in Phoenix over this. I'm not sure if you knew. I'm not saying this because it makes anything better. I just wanted you to know. I'm so sorry.
Well, it all started with her anyway. She tipped off an FBI agent about my partner. My partner at the time had a heart condition that I didn't really know of, and he just dropped dead when he was arrested. So I needed another partner.
So I went to see this fucking fantastic pole dancer named Roxy, who came really highly recommended as a thief by a lot of other people in the business. She had incredible skill, you know, to get into places normal people wouldn't be able to. So I went to meet with her at the club she danced at, her regular job. She was incredible. I mean, we really hit it off. And I just had this incredible time with her, and I could see what she was doing, of course. She'd just taken me aback completely. Of course, she just wanted to use me to get revenge, so I just played along. She wanted me to use the money she gave me to make the buy, of course. And then she would trace where the money went to illuminate the network from the London side.
3274? Yes. This is Irina. I can't talk here, you know that. Where? Alright. I'll come there as soon as I can get away.
So how long have you known?
I don't see why that's important.
So how long have you known without telling me, knowing that you could have?
So at last you want the truth? Trust me, you're better off not knowing.
Don't talk to me like I'm some little kid who's afraid of the dark.
2 years.
Well, that sure is a way to find out. So do you mind telling me what it is you want? Why you're not arresting me?
It's easy. I have an escrow account in which you will put money for my next shipment.
Is that all?
And then we'll trace the money to illuminate the network from the European side.
You make it sound like it's really easy.
Listen, she's never been loyal. That's something I can offer. What do you think? You're the only one who lost something? We've all been through this in this world.
What have you lost as of some goddamn world importance? What have you lost? I've been around a lot longer than you have. I've traveled more extensively. I have a lot more experience than you. Do you think that you can come here into my space and threaten me and say whatever you like? Do you think you can do that?
You know what's gonna happen if you don't, right?
Yeah, I know. But what the fuck do you know?
What the fuck do I know?
You're just some stupid little girl who thinks you can just walk in here and do whatever she likes.
I killed my kid. That's a bit of life I do know. You try and wake up to a person who you were before it happened. And you fucking can't. Home doesn't exist anymore. And then when I got pregnant, that moment, a child lives inside of me. I start thinking, what would I do if that's gonna happen to me? What would I do?
So, you still had the baby anyway, right?
No. Dear. The people who The people who I work, you don't know what are capable of. They see people like machines. You can control them if you know where to squeeze. And they fucking knew. They fucking knew. Do you know what that's like?
So when Roxy found out I was working with someone who she thought might be a cop, she got really nervous and ran. But not before she took everything I had first. Not only did she steal the whole shipment that was coming in from London, but she also cleaned out my bank account. It was crazy. But you know, when I saw that she had cleaned me out, well, of course I knew who it was, because she was unreachable. And I felt really bad for her because she didn't know who the hell she was dealing with. And I think that's why she disappeared. Well, I got all the pieces back, fortunately, but it didn't matter because Ivanova was already figuring out what was going on in London with the money.
And then you got out, or I mean, is that still going on?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. But what the whole experience taught me was I needed to get out anyway. And the inspiration that just came out of nowhere when I lost everything was something I just could not ignore. And I've been painting ever since. Believe me, Roxy cleaned me out. She took all the art, she went into my bank accounts, found a way to get into my internet. She was a very smart woman. I got everything back. She disappeared, of course, like I said earlier on, but I got everything back. But that was a blessing in disguise because now I crossed onto the other side and all I'm doing now is making art. There's no better way to live. Money comes pouring in. I get recognition. The women love me. Isn't that why we do it at the end of the day? It's amazing. It's amazing just to express yourself and work from a place of not knowing, of staring at an empty piece of canvas, let's say, and then suddenly applying, and through the application there's the discovery, and through discovery is a result, is the journey. It's incredible. I could never turn back.
I'm diagnosing him with phallogenophobia.
What?
The fear of beautiful women.
I think we have the same problem, man. I think you should get back with her.
tired. I'd rather go to sleep.
No, you just landed and
I know, I just landed and I'm
just,
really tired and I would like to go to sleep.
You know, I
Oh yeah, tell me more
I
about
regret putting you involved with this, you know, getting
I'm
you
sure you do.
involved with all this drugs and business.
No, let me
You're
just
not
tell you, you're on the
you're-
clock.
You're drinking a lot
You're on
now,
the
too.
clock, okay? So you might want to wrap this up or else I'm going to have to charge you extra.
Dad, you were never there for me when I needed you.
How long are you gonna punish me for this?
I'm
How long are
grown
you
up
gonna punish
now.
me for this?
That's my problem with you. Right there, exactly. Everything's about you. What about me? What about my problems? I can't always be there for you when you have problems. Okay? We're not friends. We're business, if that.
So what are you selling exactly?
The future.
Las muertes de la semana pasada son solamente una consolidación del cartel más grande del mundo, que es el gobierno de los Estados Unidos. Porque tienen armas de última tecnología, tienen soldados, tienen un ejército entero.
Do you have any proof of this?
Desde la década de los 50, George Bush ya estaba involucrado con este tema de las drogas, utilizando las plataformas marítimas de Zapata Soyol, lo cual también usaban todo tipo de transporte como helicópteros, camiones de carga pesada, evadiendo también las aduanas, obteniendo los permisos para no ser molestados en ningún lugar y teniendo una fácil transportación de la droga de un lugar al otro. La razón por la que ellos hicieron esto es que el gobierno era para poder pagar sus operaciones, lo cual involucraron al pueblo vendiéndole sus drogas, y actualmente también usan las redes sociales, la tecnología, para por medio de ello también ellos obtener más dinero. Pero de esta manera están contaminando a todo el pueblo, ya sea por sus redes sociales o por sus distintas páginas. Y ya es el problema de hoy en día, que no solamente es la adicción a las drogas, sino la adicción a la tecnología, a las redes sociales, sobre todo Instagram, sobre todo Facebook, Telegram, La gente está envenenando su cabeza todos los días por medio de estos canales.
我問你啊，而家你做乜嘢？你去咗嗰度做乜嘢啊？喂，做咩事啊？ What are you doing? Why are you bringing these girls in without checking in with me?
大佬啊 I was just looking out for us, you know? Simon said he got something new, good for us.
新乜撚嘢 ？Simon 講乜嘢啊 ？New what？
仲見過啲頭石啊
I don't care，新屌，enough，揸住佢。
Are they still after you?
Yeah, they're after me. They're onto me.
Well, the good thing is they don't know this whole thing's just a cover. So what's happening on the Chinese side?
I'm out.
You're out? Johnny.
I can't go back with them anymore. I don't give a fuck about your promotion.
Hey, Jomesia, what are you doing? Why are you bringing these girls in without checking in with me?
I don't know why. I was just looking out for us, man.
Hey, looking out for what?
Well, these girls, man, I'm bringing from Barbados. They're gonna be here.
Can't help it. Me too. It's not fun.
It's gotta end sometime soon, right?
Have I ever told you you're beautiful? Just like your mother. Seems like just yesterday.
Miss her so much.
I love you, baby girl.
I've hated you for so long. For some reason, it kind of reminded me of her. It hurt to see that you were so here and she wasn't. And I blame you for that. Because I couldn't do anything about it. I hated myself for that.
I'm sorry. Sorry that I caused you all this pain. I blame myself every day for this.
Change in the drug business. All the dealers and everybody's scared. Yesterday, a prostitute called me. I don't know how she got my number, but well, I've seen her. One of her friends died because of a drug. There's a new drug on the market. Not a chemist drug. Don't know what it is. Nobody knows because it doesn't leave any traces. We've been watching her bus for 2 months. He goes between New York, Moscow, or Paris, and sometimes Beijing for weapon traffic or, well, got different kinds of business. I think he's in New York at the moment.
I don't think it's confusing at all. Me and my team are doing everything to keep her safe. I just need her to fall back.
Do you trust him?
当然肯定。
为什么？ How come?
I fucked him.
Damn, that was fast. Was he any good?
我不知道我该怎么回答你这个问题。
All right, business-wise, therefore, how is it? Can we do business?
Yeah.
Okay.
他可以付我们所有的款项，然后 Lab 是在深圳，今天晚上有个 party， 一起来吧。这是我们最后的机会。
Where did you meet him?
所以我和他发生了关系，但是他很有钱。If anything goes wrong, he won't be missed, okay?
Speaking of pussy lowjacking. You know what gets people up in the morning? Fear the unknown after death. You're gonna lay around and do nothing. What's the fucking difference?
It's perfectly normal to react this way. I see it a lot. I mean, a partner's death is not supposed to be easy to deal with.
Look, I don't want this job anymore. I made a mistake, and I agreed to stay in contact with my informant and to come in here for this. But can we just get it done?
You are here to help me make a decision as to whether or not you're eligible for medical benefits. I can only assume that you were referred for regressive hypnosis because it would make a difference for you. But I understand. Let's go ahead and get started.
An island. It's warm, windy. The sun is high. There's an airstrip and an army plane. There are no palm trees, but the sea. I'm looking up at an old concrete building, a lighthouse. It says, what's the name? And deep underground. Blinking colors, lights, and I can't see the right side of the room.
Naomi, what's wrong?
Don't worry, I won't.
Are you all right?
What happened?
Detective McKenna, I need you to be honest with me. Do you not remember what just happened a few moments ago?
See how it works? Demonstration would be cool.
That'll be nice. Sure.
Can you neutralize it?
A simple electromagnetic pulse takes them out. EMP.
I'm not gonna try that shit. It's not for you. You got more of that?
Yeah, we have a lab.
Really? Where?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, about that. You see, what Penelope didn't know, nor does she have to know that I'm here on behalf of the good old Uncle Sam. And as you know, he's a generous uncle. He's willing to forgive your trespasses on his territory. If you just drop what you have and go back the way you came.
Drop what I have and go back where I came?
Oh, come on, Mr. Lloyd. You don't want to do this the other way.
You know, Lomo, I've been here a fucking generation. You walk in here like it's no big fucking deal. Don't forget, Uncle Sam has a very short-term memory, man. We never forget about our family, how hard we fought to get here. You know how hard I busted my fucking Chinaman's ass to get to this shit? Pukaya, mother height.
You're not my type, Mr. Lloyd.
We'll see about that.
Penelope.
Hey, Penny, how are you?
How's it going out there?
Everything very well.
Yeah. We were just talking about you. Yeah. You know, apparently this guy's also into art. You got your favorite, yeah, got your favorite stuff. Got a little heated, but you know, everything's gonna be okay. Yeah. Just want to see a show, so we're gonna, you know, we're gonna give a show right here. Yeah. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Yo. Showtime. Yeah. So, speaking of Uncle Sam, right?
Yeah. So what do you think about my offer?
Oh, I told you my offer. I already told you my offer.
Yeah, you want to do it that way, huh?
We're gonna do it that way. So we're gonna dance.
Obviously, okay, no problem. What the fuck is going on here, man?
Penny, your faithful's first. You okay? Hang on, Penny, stay with me. Penny. Stay with me. Come on, we're gonna get walk. Get the car. Everything's fine, man. Come on. I got you, baby. I got you. Okay, come on, we'll do this. Roland's already outside with the car. I got you. Come on, stay with me. Stay with me. We're good. Come on, baby. Stay with me. Stay with me. Get her out of here.
Agent Chen, we've been tracking that you've been assigned to the Asian Organized Crime Unit. And given the nature of your target, it's going to require a modified approach.
I'm sorry, who are these guys?
Counter-proliferation.
Yeah, that's WMDs. News. What's that got to do with me?
You've heard of nanotechnology, right?
Johnny, you're in a unique position. You're already involved with the Russians and the triads. You have an opportunity to take them all down.
Any questions?
You know, I've had a lot of opportunity to experience certain places in the world, and I mean, like you travel around, you shoot documentaries. That's cool. Probably affords you a lot of freedom to come and go as you please, right? Whether it's pleasure or business, I think it's really too much of your business. Sometimes when you're, you don't bring the work with you, right? Work is work. I prefer not to go into my leisure. Is this thing done?
We can express our guys into the meeting at the embassy.
After we get the case histories lined up.
Well, what can you give us now?
Well, we've got an art dealer and money laundering network, plus a phone number tying together two of your investigations.
Keep putting these guys down, and more come up to take their place every single time. What does that tell you?
That's the fucking way it goes, Dave. Like, we fucking do our job well. They come up, we put them down. That's the way it's always been, man. What's changed? You. Look, we both know what this is about, man. Until you let that shit go, nothing's gonna be worth anything to you. You know?
Things over in that country aren't as stable as we'd like them to be, but... Okay. Yes, sir. No, that won't be a problem. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, this is David Endler, returning your call. It's now 1:15.
I'd say indirectly for a good 10 or 11 years trying to track this guy. And we started with some of his associates that once we sort of tracked them down, then it kind of, the chase led in this other direction, and all of a sudden this guy surfaces. And all of a sudden Vorontsov becomes a name that people start clamming up about when you start discussing who he is, what he does, his operations internationally.
Hi.
Hey. How's things in New York?
I'm good. I got a new job.
Well, can they give us something?
It's none of your business. Why are you calling me?
DA's getting a raw deal. It's sabotaged.
Vorontsov is also into human trafficking and is looking to be a part of a new drug distribution network which hasn't emerged yet. But we think it's part of the reason a lot of these cartel guys got knocked off a few years back in Beijing, including the one last week in Tokyo. This is a major power consolidation going on, and it's happening all over the world. I mean, whoever's behind it is, I mean, he's a regional security risk. The tech is obviously making the cartels extremely nervous. It's going to upset the balance of power wherever it touches, and right now it looks like everywhere. We tracked Vorontsov down in New York a year ago. He used to transport our weapons into Afghanistan. But when a few counterfeit AK-47s started showing up that were getting us killed in the field, we had to put him down. But he escaped, and we've been trying to nail him ever since.
Did you know that 10,000 18-wheelers are stolen in Mexico every year? That's 300 a day. You have any idea where they're going? Rakat Borensev knows. And that's part of why I'm here today, and part of why I'm a little bit freaked out to be here today. In the past, people would just, go with their bayonets and line up, and now this is war, but it's a different kind of war. It's a kind of war that, like I said, people with their blinders on wouldn't even notice. It gets deeper, but for now we'll stay focused on Raket Vorontsov. I'm getting a little, it's like I have so much information and I don't know exactly where to start or how to go along with it, because I thought Mr. Vorontsov was going to be an ally in all of this, and the closer I got to him, the more I realized he doesn't care about the truth. He didn't care about his agenda. His motivations were just utterly disturbing to me. And when I began to notice that he was basically, almost like a soulless automaton, I got spooked. I'm looking into all this stuff, and I don't know what they're... I have a friend. I have a very close friend who's associated with these people, and I don't believe the coroner's conclusion, or whatever led up to it. It wasn't her decision. I know her, Anyway. So that's why after this I'm gonna duck out, I'm laying low now, and you probably won't be seeing much of me after this interview.
Did you like the wonton?
where House Select Committee on Intelligence and Drug Reform Policy Consultant Dr. Gail Morgan is testifying before the National Center for Drug Control Policy Chairman, Senator Paul Severidge. Dr. Morgan is also the heiress of Nobel Prize-nominated bioengineering scientist Jerome Morgan, whose controversial death 3 years ago raised many issues for several proposed defense contracts. Dr. Morgan is joined by temporary appointee to the committee, Marco Davis, on loan from the U.S. Army's Intelligence and Security Command.
My father created a program called Spectrum, nanoscale robots operating on the molecular level and triggered by a signal of external origin work together to change the electrical activity in the brain. It was an ambitious project.
Dr. Morgan, if I understand you correctly, then this was a major advancement in the war on drugs. Remove the demand. This is what you're talking about, isn't it?
That was the original goal, Senator. Not weaning the addict off of one substance onto another, Spectrum was a departure from the previous paradigm of physically identifiable agents into an emphasis on bioelectric frequencies. A real cure for addiction to anything.
Senator Severidge, I'd like to interject here, if I may. We're seeing applications beyond what Dr. Morgan is proposing.
The program wasn't created to turn our enemies into mind-controlled zombies, Colonel.
Some of the applications we have identified include increased morale under any conditions, blocking pain, increased stamina and mental functions during missions, and no more PTSD or PTSD-related conditions. Second, the Spectrum program was financed under an appropriations bill passed several years ago and approved in an appropriations hearing in 1992. Third, the program should not be discontinued because if a foreign adversary were to develop it, we would not possess the means to defend against it.
Colonel Hart, could you provide the specifics of that bill and its allocations for the record, please? I believe the original program was under the directorship of Dr. Morgan, which is why we've asked her to be present at today's hearing. And while we're waiting for those specifics, Dr. Morgan, would you be willing to issue a recommendation for the Spectrum program?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I'm recommending the Spectrum program for immediate termination.
Dr. Morgan, unfortunately, this program is under DoD supervision and not under civilian control.
Colonel Landry, Spectrum was never legally commandeered by DoD, as I've already shown. DoD's crude imitation has generated expensive research, which only yielded lawsuits by crippled soldiers, some of these lawsuits going all the way to the Supreme Court. There is no clear benefit to the research you are interested in, nor should taxpayers be burdened with the bill.
Which is why you are recommending your father's program be shut down. Is that correct, Dr. Morgan?
Senator, regardless of an ability to block out pain, I don't see any reason for a soldier who's lost a leg or an arm on a battlefield to go on fighting, do you?
Dr. Morgan, might I remind you that there's the lingering problem of Clementine Kadir, one of your chief scientists who defected to China and hasn't been heard from since?
Her defection, as you chose to call it, was in fact a flight from risk of unlawful harassment and imprisonment, the actions of a whistleblower under considerable duress. And given your own record on persecution of informants and whistleblowers in the past, I don't see how anyone could blame her. China is one of the few places left on the planet where she can't be extradited, Colonel. So I don't see how she had much choice in the matter, especially given your intentions for the program. China did its best to eliminate every potential buyer on the black market. Fortunately for us, we are still the sole possessors of this
But Miss
technology.
Kadir has gone missing. Is that correct?
Our best intelligence tells us she was killed. But we were able to use one of our assets to execute a buyout before the Chinese took action.
I've watched for decades as technology has gradually eroded the lives of those who will inhabit the future, superseded the need for truth, fragmented our sense of reality. I am recommending immediate closure of the Spectrum program. That is all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
They're going to do this again, aren't they? Who's going to be the victim this time? Listen, whatever you are planning with him, whatever deal you are making with him, don't trust him.
Well, how would I could trust you?
You cops, you're all the same. You're not as good as you pretend to be.
We've got another one.
Yeah.
So where are you?
I thought we agreed no phone calls.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? With you disappearing on me like that for 2 days, it doesn't really give me much of a choice.
No, I didn't want to tell you yet. I think I cut a deal with Perez. We just got to give him a 2-week heads up so we can plan the party and begin restructuring.
Why don't we talk about this when you're back? Like in person, as in not on an open phone line.
Then don't call my phone again, bitch.
What are you doing following me in LA?
Meet me at the Ops Center at 7:30. Don't be late, Chen.
I was expecting a party.
This is a party, Chen.
I'm here.
Do you have a cell phone? Any other electronics on your person? Put it on the table. Johnny, first of all, let me apologize to you. I'm sorry for the way I had to follow you. I'm going to be straight with you, Johnny. I just can't have any loose ends. No phone calls. This meeting never happened between us. You understand, don't you, Johnny? And the other thing is the whole thing with Endler. It's not gonna happen, Johnny. He's working with us. Stuff you should know. Now, what do you think the market for every illicit narcotic is worth? Ballpark figure. Which brings me to the deaths you've been investigating.
So that's what's been killing these girls in New York?
That's exactly what you're saying, Johnny.
Tal vez la 80% de la población está contaminada con algún tipo de drogas. Estamos adictos a alguna cosa, ya sea redes sociales, sea café, sea drogas, sea Instagram o lo que sea, estamos adictos a alguna cosa porque somos seres humanos. Y la lucha contra las drogas y las adicciones no es más que poder obtener un control sobre estas, porque no se puede eliminar.
Drogas, social media, lo mismo.
Es lo mismo al contaminarse con la tecnología. Mediante hoy tenemos muchas redes sociales como Instagram, como Facebook, Telegram, y todo el mundo desea o quiere estar en las redes sociales y obtener muchos likes o muchos vistos en sus páginas. Es otra manera de ensuciar su mente. Pero viene siendo lo mismo, otro tipo de adicción. Que hoy en día, debido a tanta corrupción y a las drogas y a la tecnología, tenemos los políticos que están manipulando por medio de la tecnología pues a todas las personas, y también durante las elecciones, y esto gracias a la tecnología pueden maniobrar a su antojo todo lo que ellos desean. Entonces los políticos que representan a su pueblo están un poco locos debido a que su mismo pueblo también está loco. Porque están usando la tecnología y todos los medios, están también ya, están ensuciando su cabeza con todo lo que hay en el mundo, en las redes sociales y sobre todo consumiendo todo lo que hace mal para la cabeza.
What happened?
They dragged her out of the Hudson. It looks like a drug overdose. What? What is it?
That's impossible.
Listen, I'm sorry, but you know this isn't good for you, right?
Wait. Hang on. Here. I have an echo on a guy that I'm sure is involved in this. I looked it up on one of those websites, but it looks like it's a duplicate. Can you please? I'm begging you. Just send out a CDR request and trace it out for me. I want to know by tonight, Marty.
I'll see what I can do.
Well, it wasn't a perfect copy.
You mean she's dead?
Yeah, people get what they pay for, I guess, right? At least we have one less copy we have to worry about.
Stay on it. You'll need to dispose of the badge. He'll probably try to contact the lab for the version that won't kill anybody. Then we'll just trace it and take them out.
What about Wang? He's been running diagnostics and he thinks the programming is solid.
Just let him follow through. I know what he wants. But we have more immediate problem.
What is it?
Quelqu'un ne trace le numéro de série de votre téléphone portable.
So what do you want me to do?
You're gonna kill her?
Yeah, I don't think that...
What am I paying you for? You want me to hire someone else?
No. Je traite avec des criminels. Elle est passée notre HVT. C'est un Américain. Elle est flic. Elle est innocent. Ce n'est pas foot. So as you can see, this is different.
When you come to your senses, let me know. You have time until tomorrow.
Sure you weren't followed? I do this for a living. You sure you weren't followed?
We took care of your paperwork. Now tell me what happened.
Took care of the body. Had to run the EMP over.
So you used the EMP to neutralize the batch. So that dose has been neutralized? What about the location of the lab in China?
How the hell should I know? That has nothing to do with me.
Oh, yeah. It does. You see, if Lloyd's supplier succeeds in getting this stuff on the market, then that means we're too late. And I can't be held responsible for our agreement.
So this is how the U.S. government handles counterproliferation? Man, you guys, it's unbelievable.
Well, Wong, if you don't like the way we do business, then maybe we'll send you back to your good old pals back in Beijing. I'm sure they'd be thrilled to see you again.
I'm the only chance you've got. You need to respect that.
No, you're not. And no, we don't. Be seeing you, Wong.
Wait, 咩事啊？嚇？個貨倉做咩啊？俾人 what？屌，炸撚咗，有咩事 ？What do you mean fucking blown up？
We abandon our own convictions in favor of televised pundits, social media bubbles, and so many lies pulling us in every emotional direction that now there's no public consensus anymore. We become paralyzed by our polarity. And instead of resisting the powerful, we only have ourselves to blame since we traded out physical risk for armchair slacktivism. This is Dan McKenna. You know, you could have called first.
You wouldn't have answered.
Don't you think I have enough surprises in my life?
We need to talk.
Oh, you want to talk? All right, let's talk. Everything all right?
My partner was killed last week, and now last night, my informant. That's just too much death for me to handle. Sorry.
You feel responsible.
I don't know who else to blame. I'm the only link between them.
Why didn't you come to me about this sooner? You know, I'm always there for you, but you act like you don't know that.
That's all you left me to think. You stopped calling me. Didn't even come to my graduation from the academy. Never even bothered to visit Mom on her birthday.
Hey, you don't think I got feelings? You think I want to go back there? Look, a cemetery is not the first thing I think of when I think about celebrating something.
Dad, I don't have anybody else to come to for this.
You gotta stop being so hard on yourself about this. There's a lot worse things.
What?
I'm begging you. You gotta let this case go. You have no idea what's going on. Listen, you can stay here as long as you want, till you find something else. But anything but this. Not being a cop.
What are you not telling me?
Okay, that's far enough.
Detective McKenna. I didn't kill Penelope.
I didn't say you did. Something else you want to tell me? Anything else? Like how the fuck do you know who I am?
Out of your depth, detective. You just fall into a tiger's pit. I'm just trying to throw you a lifeline. Be a good Samaritan, you know?
A tiger's pit.
Do you even know who I am? Or what it is that I do? Your informant, detective, is just another victim in a long line of experiments since the 80s. You want to know more? Put the gun down.
Talk to me, Marty.
What the hell have you gotten into? Do you want to tell me what's really going on?
Marty, what?
I got a call after I ran the number. I'm not even supposed to know what's in his classification terms, let alone what they've got in his military file. Are you hearing me?
Who is he?
Let me read you something. Great Skill Division. Great Skill is a non-traditional career program managed by the Department of the Army G2. GS soldiers provide support to complex operations for the U.S. Army, the DoD, and national agencies. Many of our missions are conducted in support of overseas contingency operations and U.S. policymakers. Okay, so...
Thanks, Marty.
McKenna.
So, I'm not supposed to know who you are. Is that right?
And yet here we are, in an alley, talking. You gonna use that thing? Or you gonna let me tell you what you wanna know? What's your father tell you about his work in the Pacific Islands? The strong silent type, huh? There's a file on you too, you know.
Oh, really? About what?
About how you were taken from a Tokyo orphanage when you were 6. How your foster parents never told you they were part of a research program that took the lives of your real parents. Which is the reason why they took you in.
Stop right there.
Detective, what can I say? Your father helped create the thing that killed your informant.
think to yourself, why stay on the force? If your father's work is truly reverse engineered to a drug operating system, not only is the cops gonna come after them, this is gonna put everybody out of business. So I asked you, detective, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What the fuck do you think you're doing? The lab got raided, man. So everything's up to shit. I'm destroying this shit.
What about my cut?
There is no cut. We're done. Did you see what the fuck happened to Penny?
I thought you said she OD'd.
She did. The shit that you had didn't work, man.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lawrence.
Yeah, she's safe. I told you I wouldn't let anything happen to her. But look, she's scared. She needs answers. She's gonna come to you. Yeah, I think you need to come clean and tell her what's going on. She's your family, otherwise why are we doing this, right? Look, I gotta go. I'll get in contact with you soon. I'll find you.
You're gonna tell me what I don't remember.
Maison. Douce maison. Pas de guerre. Pas de crime. Pas d'armes. Pas de bombes. Pas de tristesse. Tout le monde est heureux. Et personne ne se demande pourquoi. Nous, la famille, avons façonné cette société. Mais ce sont en réalité les satellites et les émetteurs mondiaux qui maintiennent la paix dans le monde. Nous seuls sommes capables de toutes les émotions, équipés dès la naissance d'un plan permanent pour résister aux signaux des émetteurs. Afin de dompter le reste de la société, nous générons des émissions électromagnétiques pour contrôler les schémas de pensée, des potentiels évoqués, qui sont ensuite instantanément transmis et amplifiés à travers la planète. Pourtant, les gens commencent à s'éveiller et à mourir. Les émotions soudaines, jusqu'alors inconnues, sont trop fortes pour eux. En jouant avec quelques vieux composants électroniques, quelqu'un avait accidentellement bloqué notre signal. Ils pouvaient tout ressentir. Cela valait la peine de mourir, et cela a pris. Au début, nous pouvions tracer les signaux causés par les composants actifs, les résistances électromagnétiques, jusqu'à un emplacement précis. Personne n'était en sécurité. Mais ils ont fini par comprendre et ont commencé à utiliser des brouilleurs. Ceux qui survivent souffrent généralement de folie et s'éloignent de leurs amis et de leurs familles qui ne les comprennent pas. Personne ne sait où ils vont et personne ne semble s'en soucier. J'accepte la mission. Je me déplace comme une ombre dans une lumière mouvante, suivant toujours dans des directions différentes selon l'attention que j'attire. D'une manière ou d'une autre, il semble que je trouverai plus qu'un simple numéro manquant. Je trouverai quelque chose de familier. Les visages deviennent des miroirs et plus j'avance, plus je perçois un but différent peut être interdit. Comment t'appelles-tu? Comme demander à la ville, on ne peut que deviner ce que savent les ombres. Les émotions exigent de la responsabilité, tout comme la liberté. Le public étant débarrassé de la peur, de la colère, de l'envie, de la haine et même de la solitude, la paix et la sécurité sont assurées. Je parviens à retrouver la trace du fabricant des résistants électromagnétiques à une adresse du district de Shenyang. Je commence par lui retirer son chapeau, qui cache un brouilleur protecteur. Mais je ne m'attends pas à elle, cette nouvelle émotion. Malgré mon entraînement, j'échoue. Je veux échouer, et elle abandonne son brouilleur. Je retrouve son signal, la nouvelle émotion à nouveau. Je la cherche maintenant pour une autre raison. La famille soupçonne, mais je suis déjà trop distant. Maintenant, je suis celui qui est surveillé, une menace pour la paix mondiale. J'ai rejoint les toxicomanes. Je leur montre un implant protecteur, une monnaie d'échange pour la retrouver en vain. J'ai tout perdu pour la retrouver, tandis que discrètement j'ai commencé à me trouver moi-même. J'ignore si mon choix d'échouer lui a ouvert la porte et la révolution qui s'ensuit. Bientôt, le monde reprend vie.